Hello, beautiful Blessed Spice family. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tuesday. You guys, I'm just now leaving the laundromat, so if you see my clothes in the back seat there, I'm just now leaving the laundromat. So I go to the laundromat every Monday around the same time, and then I try to do my freestyle video on Monday while come out of the laundromat, so I don't have to try to rush it on Tuesday. So welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday, family. Welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday. And on today's video, you guys, I hope everybody's doing amazing. It is humid, very hot, humid in Georgia today. It's been raining all week, and I like the rain. I really like the rain, and but the only thing I don't like about it in Georgia, once the rain is over, all the bugs want to come out. They want to say hello, how you doing? I'm here. Let's get it. Let's go. All of the family bugs, the greenery is amazing. It is so beautiful, and it's so beautiful, you guys. I just love it. That's what brought me to Georgia. That's what brought me to move to Georgia, is all of the greenery. Definitely not the humidity. It is so humid right now. It is unreal. You do your hair. I think that's why a lot of people wear the weaves, wear the braids, wear the dreads here in Georgia, because it's less maintenance. Because once you have your natural hair, it just curls up into a hot mess here in Georgia, right? So yes, it's humid, and I'm telling you, but I love it. I love the greenery. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Stay tuned. It's hot. It's hot. Okay, Spice family, I had to turn on that air really quick just to cool me off a little bit. I don't know what it is. It's the hot flashes I be having, all these things. I tell you what, being a woman sometimes is very, very, very difficult, but I love being a woman. I truly love being a woman. But anyhow, you guys, I'm getting ready to go to Colorado on the 15th, this Friday. Me and Sam is going to be going to Colorado. He's never been to Colorado. He's never been on a road trip. He's never been out of Georgia. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be like a 2-day drive, 23 hours to Colorado. And I'm going, my sister's last 2 sons, she got 7 boys, last 2 sons are graduating 2026. And all the kids graduated pretty much from the same high school. My daughter, all her kids, all the little, some of the cousins, everybody has graduated from Mesa Ridge in Colorado Springs. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see them graduate. It's amazing. It is so amazing. And I'm ready to get to Colorado. I haven't been there since 2021 when my mother passed away. That was the last time I've been home to see my sister, to see the family, to see everybody, was in 2021 when my beautiful mother passed away. And happy Mother's Day, Mother. Happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers in heaven. Happy Mother's Day, you know? So on today's video, I have to talk about this because I don't understand what is going on with the communication in the world, but the communication is shot to hell. The communication is shot to hell, and nobody is communicating. Nobody knows how to communicate. Communication has lost its communication. You hear me? What the heck is going on in the world with the communication? Why are we not communicating correctly or the right way? How hard is it to communicate? You know, I think it's society has got so bad with the social media, all of the ways to communicate. People do not communicate by mouth anymore. It's no such a thing, and it drives me crazy just to tell somebody, hey, face to face, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How's your day going? Things like that. Nobody communicates these things anymore. I'm telling you, me and my daughter, we communicate. It's just crazy. Hey, Mother, she says to me, and I said, how are you? Do a text. That's how we do it, and that's it. No, we don't even get on the phone hardly anymore and communicate, because I don't know why we don't do that anymore, why we don't communicate like we used to communicate back in the day. I don't know. Y'all help me in the comments. What do you consider communication? How do you communicate? What do you use as your form of communication? Do you talk on the phone when you communicate with people? Do you like to do your social media? How do you communicate? How do you connect? How do you connect with people, you know, or your spouse or your friends or whatever? I mean, because I feel like I need some kind of like face-to-face, like communication, like that kind of communication, you know? And I find it frustrating. I find it very frustrating that we don't communicate like we used to communicate anymore. It's all about clicking that text, clicking that button, sending it off, email. There you go. There's your communication. And that's how you get these crazy online datings. You get these crazy things because people hide behind the screen. They hide behind the text or whatever they're saying about themselves or how they look, because nobody's communicating in person anymore. So you have this image or this person that you think is all of this, and they're telling you this through a text and not even communicating with you face to face. So how do you know if the person's lying or not? You know, I mean, even if they communicate with you face to face, they still could be lying, but at least you can see in their face, you can see if they're lying or telling the truth face to face. You know, I mean, communication has lost its value, and nobody even cares about communicating face to face communication. Everybody's using the text communication. They're using social media communication. Like with my daughter, sometimes I can tell her something and that girl wouldn't believe me to save her life, but you know what she'll do? She'll go Google it. She'll go look it up to see if it's true. I mean, I do that too. I Google stuff too to make sure, especially when somebody's trying to throw something hard at me, like like something spiritual or something that's evil or demonic or something crazy. I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to believe by your mouth that you know that this is true. That's why I'm going to look that up. But just to look up stuff like, I mean, just Google stuff when I tell you, especially if I'm 57, I'm older than her, and if I've been through it and I know it and I know all about it, she's still gonna go look it up. And I'm like, this girl, she is so crazy. But hey, I get it. My grandkids, oh my God, they are not gonna listen to you at all. They're not gonna listen to one word you say. Everything is a look up. Not TikTok didn't say it, if TikTok didn't say it, if Instagram didn't say it, if all of them, if they didn't say nothing, then they're not gonna believe that communication. I'm telling you, they think grandma is so old-fashioned, so old school, so old this, so old that when I say something, it's non and void. They don't believe it. So I tell you what, you guys, we got to get back on that communication. We got to get back on talking to each other. We just got to do it. And it's just stressing me out. It frustrates me so bad, especially in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't talk to people, you can't talk to your spouse, you can't, you know, share that bond of communication. Like, how was your day? You know, how was your day? Face to face, if you're in a relationship, that is not too much to ask. If somebody's asking you, how is your day, face to face? You know, I just don't understand. You just can't go by looking at somebody and then thinking that you know how their day went or how they're feeling just by looking at them. You know, that nonverbal communication. Just because somebody moves a certain way, that doesn't mean they're unhappy. Just because somebody just goes, doesn't mean that they're this or that. You just got to ask. I mean, ask how that person is feeling. You know, I'm always wanting to know how somebody's feeling. I'm not going to just go off of your facial expression or your nonverbal communication or text or anything. I want to see how you look. I want to see how you're moving, how your face is. I want to see that. You know, I love to communicate face to face. It's okay to send a text and say to your spouse or to your kids or something, what do y'all want for dinner? You know what I'm saying? And they text you back, oh, we want some chicken or whatever. You know, that's cool. But I feel like let's communicate. I mean, I remember when I was growing up, we used to sit at the table and discuss things that happen at school and discuss your life and everything on Sunday dinners and stuff like that. Even when I got a little older, I tried to do it in my little family. Let's do Sunday dinner. Let's talk about your day. Let's talk about your week, which I think is important. You know what I'm saying? So you get these kids that don't communicate. They sit in their rooms all day on the game and you have no idea what they're doing or what they're saying or what they're feeling or how they're feeling because they're so stuck in their rooms. Like my oldest granddaughter who's 16. We never know what's going on with her. We never know what's happening with her because she don't communicate. She doesn't communicate. Even when you text her, even when you call her, she don't answer her phone or text. And then when you get finally face to face with her and you go, are you okay? What's going on? Yes, Grandma, I'm fine. Yes, Grandma. I don't like it. I don't like feeling like that when I don't know what's going on with her because she's not communicating. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we're pulling them out of their rooms. Make sure we're asking them what's going on. Make sure we're knowing what's going on with that communication. communication. We have to communicate, especially with these children who isolate themselves in the rooms and stuff like that. You just don't know what they're doing because we're not communicating. We're not finding out what's going on with them. So I mean, please, if you guys find me like not on my YouTube, not whatever, if you guys know that I have a pattern and I do this all the time and I'm not doing it, find out what's wrong with me. Find out, say, Spice Queen Michelle, are you okay? Because I noticed that you are not doing the things that you used to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not on your channel. I mean, if you're a ride or die Spice Queen fan and you know what I do, please check on me. Check on me to see what's going on, because I'm not communicating. You know what I'm saying? Even through the social media, which, is important, But like I said, communication rules the nation. Communication, you got to communicate with your spouse. You've got to communicate with your friends. Like one of my friends, I tell you, she talks in code and it drives me crazy. It's like, just because you know what you're saying, that doesn't mean I know what you're saying. And she'll text me and say one word or something like that, like I'm supposed to grasp onto it. I'm like, what? She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, you got to stop doing that, girl, because that's crazy. I don't even understand it. And then you get upset when I don't know what you're talking about because you're not communicating. Just say what you got to say. Say what you got to say and stop talking in tongue and code and all these things through a text. It's ridiculous. And then she'll get me on the phone and she'll talk a little bit more in a code and whatever. And I'm like, girl, you and your communication is absolutely horrible. You know what I'm saying? You could have told me that you just finna kill me with a bomb tied around my neck to the back of my lip, something like that. And I would have just said yes, because I always agree to what you're saying, because I don't know what you're saying. I'm like, okay, yep. And then you're just like looking at me like, what? No, communication, communicate, people. Communication rules the nation. Communicate. If you don't know how to communicate, go get some training on communication. Find out what communication means, family. Please find out what communication means. Stay freaking tuned. I'm hot. Okay, Spice family, I'm going to give you a little story on communication. So, my daughter, when she was growing up, I never used to let her have people spend the night because I don't know how kids are. And I just don't know how, when she goes to spend the night, because she used to ask me, could she spend the night? And I'm like, no, because I really don't know the parents and I don't know what's going on. And I don't know. You just don't know. You don't know, what's going on in those other people's lives, right? So I agreed finally one time to let one of her friends spend the night. This little girl was off the collar, jumping around the house, doing all this weird stuff. And I kept asking my daughter, what is wrong with your friend? What is wrong with this little girl? I don't know, Mom. I don't know. Girl, I don't even know this girl is doing this, doing that, all this craziness. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so when my daughter finally got to school and whatever that, the next day or the next week or whatever it be, she asked her what was going on. And the little girl told her she had ADHD. And I was like, well, that would have been good to know, because if anything could have happened to that young child in my care, I didn't know she had ADHD. Is she supposed to be taking medication? What's supposed to be going on? Because, I don't know, because nobody communicated that to me. That's why communication, you guys have to communicate. Just like when I work with the elderly. You have to know everything about that elderly so that if something happens, you're able to tell the fire department, the ambulance, the police department, whoever. Like, yes, Miss Smith takes hydrocodone 3 times a day, or lisinopril, and she only eats parade food. You got to make sure you're communicating all these things so that you know what's going on, just in case something happens. And she's allergic to grass-fed seaweed, or whatever the case may be. You got to make sure you communicate that to the next person that's going to be taking care of her care. Or if the fire department is called, that you could communicate that to the ambulance. Because I worked in healthcare in the elderly, and something happened to one of the clients, and I had to give all that information. What did she last eat? What did she last do? Did she have this kind of bowel movement? Did this and that? And I have to know to communicate this, for her safety, just in case they give her something that she's allergic to, and I didn't communicate that, or it's not in her file and I don't show the file, then that's all on me. So we have to make sure that we are communicating the right things, the right ways, at the right time, to the right people, to the right folks. Let's communicate. And just by, like when you be in those kind of fields, you got to write it down. You got to speak it out. You got to do all these things to make sure that you are communicating in the line of order that you're supposed to communicate, like writing it down, speaking verbally, everything, so that the right communication gets through to the right people in the right way. So when you're with your spouse and you come home from work and you just go right straight to the room and you ain't communicating, said nothing to me, you could have had a bad day or something could have happened, who knows, but you're not communicating that with me. How am I supposed to know what happened? And then when I ask you what happened, you get an attitude. It's like, okay, this communication really sucks right now. This is not no good communication between us. We're supposed to be on one accord. We're supposed to know what's going on with each other. And if you don't want to communicate, say, you know what? Can I talk to you when I get through it? Can I talk to you about it? Yes, you can. Just let me know. Don't leave me standing in the dark. Like, what is the hell is wrong with this person that's not telling me? You just walk right past, go in the room, sit down, don't do nothing, don't say nothing, and how am I supposed to know what's going on? You know what I'm saying? You can drop dead in the room. Just like that. You walk past whatever, you can drop dead in the room, and all I can say to the police officer, I don't know. They just came in the room and fell out. I don't know what happened at work. They could have been stressed out at work, been depressed, or something could have happened, triggered. I do not know, because you didn't communicate. Stay tuned. Man, communication is powerful. It is very powerful. We did this one thing at work. It was like 60 or 70 inmates, and they started out with one saying. And it went through the whole 70 inmates of what was said. And do you know, by probably in the middle of the cycle of communication, the whole story was lost. It was changed around. It was rearranged. It was stuff added, stuff took it away. It was not the same thing that it started off with. You know what I'm saying? So communication rules the nation. Please make sure you are communicating the right thing. And then when you're communicating and you want something that's very important to reach the person that is supposed to reach, don't tell a lot of people. Don't communicate it to a lot of people. Make sure you keep the middleman out and tell the people you're supposed to tell. Don't share something and then you expect it not to get shared the right way. Okay? Don't do that. Communicate to the right people at the right time, right place, wherever that communication should be, and so that all of that can get communicated the right way, especially if it's dealing with health benefits and all that kind of stuff with people's lives and all that. Make sure that you're telling your story out of your mouth, especially if you've seen it, if you're the one who's seen it, if you're the one that witnessed it. Make sure that you are telling the story to the right people so that it doesn't get rearranged, right? Communication rules the nation, family. And I am so truly blessed that you guys came to my channel today to listen to me rabble on about communication. And usually when I do something, like if I do a Let's Talk Tuesday, it's something that just irritated me that second of that moment of that minute. And communication really irritated me because people just don't communicate the way they're supposed to communicate. And I can't stand it. Because if something's bothering me, I want you to know. If it's not right, I want you to know. If we can I want to fix it. I don't want to be walking on eggshells wherever I'm at with whoever I'm with. I don't like that. I want to make sure that we are on the same page, especially if we're going to be in the same environment, doing just being together on that day, friendship, whatever the case may be. I want to be on the same page. If you're having a bad day, let me know, because we can talk, we can hang out some other day, because I'm not going to take your bad day with me, or your attitude. You're mad at somebody else, but you're taking it out on me. Why? I'm not going to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So communication, communicate what's going on, so that, and I think me and my good friend Trina, I think we do communicate after we blow up for a little bit, and then we'll talk about it. Then we'll be like, okay, well, yeah, you're right. That wasn't right. We should have communicated better. And we really work on our communication, because I am now 6 years sober and she is now 17 years sober. So she's soberer than me. So it took her a minute to get used to me being sober, moving to Georgia in 2020, been sober 6 years. So I was still drinking when I moved here. So she had to get used to me still drinking. But the thing about it is she had to get used to me being sober. And that was the hardest thing because she still wanted to treat me like I was a drinker. But now that she see me being different, it's hard for her to communicate with me because I'm on a whole different level. I'm on a whole different page. I'm on a whole different category. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different person. I am not the same Michelle I used to be when I was drinking. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to go and check out the Praying Couple Cooking Series. You guys do that for me. Go check out their channel, the Praying Couple Cooking Series. And don't forget to check out the Cooking with the Spice Queen. Cooking with the Spice Queen. She's over there doing some amazing recipes. She started that channel for her sobriety, and she's living her life, and she's doing her thing, which that's me, Cooking with the Spice Queen. And once again, thank you so much for stopping by. Let's Talk Tuesday. And you guys, I'm sorry I didn't make it up to do with Miss Brenda. I didn't make it up to her event to do her book signing, so I didn't get to get that video. So that's why I'm here on this communication video. And yeah, that's why I'm here to let you guys know that I didn't get to get that video. But one day soon, I'll get to interview her on another book signing here where I'm at instead of going way to Atlanta. So anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Holla at your girl. See you on the next Let's Talk Tuesday. Communication rules the nation. Tell me what kind of communications that you guys like to use. Is it a text? Is it social media? Is it nonverbal? Is it face-to-face? Is it, how do you like to communicate in your, in your life? Holla at your girl. Smooches!
Grateful, yeah, I'm grateful. I got no reason to be hateful. Hair and nails paid for. I'm so thankful. Put you through some things I know that was